Hey, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Michigan Pathways. This is your host, John, and it's July. Here we are, it's July, and I'm kicking off the month here. Like we always do, I like to stay on the topic of safety. Safety is key when it comes to backpacking, whether you're alone or with other folks and such like that. But hiking alone can pose a lot of um, different um, issues, if you will. We could rephrase that another way, but hiking alone brings out a lot of different safety aspects that one does not look at. Two people look at it. Well, what about this or what about that? Or did we look ahead and try to find this, that, or anything else? So, right today, I got 10 tips for hiking. Um, or their safety tips, if you will. But these are ones that we've kind of covered before, and I hear a lot of people like, "Well, man, this is just repeating." Repeating is okay because if we don't repeat it, something is bound is going to happen, and we should like, you know what, I didn't see this coming, or I should have knew about this, or it could be a topic of many different things here, folks. So let's stop and let's review, especially for you beginners. You beginners, get your maps out. Start locating ins and outs, knowing where the nearest hospital is, knowing near the nearest um, quick care. You know, if the hospital isn't within an area, but you're driving past a quick care, then know where that's at. Know the local police, fire, EMS, that type of thing. These are things that people need to know, especially the loved ones that you are leaving back and going out and exploring really cool country. So today we're going to talk real quick 10 little tips here. One is avoid hiking alone on unknown trails. As we said before, going out alone is okay. It's great. If you want to try that, you want to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that do it. I've done it a couple times. It's interesting, but hiking alone on an unknown trail when you haven't done it it's something you kind of want to not do, but try to get in with another group or go with a buddy, check out the trail, and then go it alone. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Two, make sure you inform someone outside your group that your route schedule. We've talked about this before. This is under communication. Communication is something that we can't stress enough. Is to make sure that somebody knows where you're going and how long you're going to be out. And we get it too sometimes, folks. You know, we get out of the back trails and we get discombobulated, if you will, or we didn't wake up right at, when we wanted to. And, oh, I went to bed early and I didn't bother to check in with anybody or tell anybody. If we have that kind of service. Now, sometimes you don't have that kind of service to where you can let somebody know where you're going. If you can roughly guesstimate when you're going to arrive somewhere, it's a great thing. If you've done the trail before, then you kind of know where you're going to be. But things change. That's why we always plan ahead. Planning ahead is always important. It doesn't matter where you're going or how long you're going to be out. Planning ahead, even if you have to give yourself an extra day. I've always tried to do that when I'm going out for any more than 3 days. If I'm going out for 3-4 days, I take the next day off as well, if you have that luxury. So that way, if something does go wrong or I want to stay out where I'm at a little bit longer, then I've got plenty of time. Or it's traveling. I'm going to stay here for the night, but then I'm going to travel home early in the morning. So that way, you're not rushing ahead. So number 4, do your research. But we talked about this. Make sure you're choosing an easy trail to start off with. There's nothing wrong with that. While you're out there on this easier trail, make sure you are looking at dangers. Point things out, trip hazards, a branch to the face. I mean, anything and everything, kind of point it out, and then you start applying this stuff when you go to other trails or other areas that you haven't been to that kind of get you to slow down and look at what is going on. First aid kits, we're all big about that. We don't need the trauma bags. You can leave those at home. Basic, simple stuff. Everything from Leukotape, new skin, bandages, some tape. Keep it simple, folks. But carry what you feel you need to. Okay? That is one thing a lot of people are like, well, I like carrying this, this, and this. Well, carry it. If it makes you feel better and you have you feel good carrying this stuff, then carry it. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure you got your medication and you have a way to identify in your backpack or on your backpack a way to identify a medication. So if somebody comes up and they find you unconscious or you're not feeling good, lethargic, that type of thing, you have a medical ID tag. And that medical ID tag tells that person or persons that this is what I'm taking, because this is really important things to know. Making sure we know how to use our gear. We always talk about that all the time here on Folk. Making sure we are knowledgeable with our gear. We're not going out for the first time, taking it out of the box, and then finally putting it up. So always have that idea, that walkthrough with your gear. Know how that tent is set up. Know how the tarp is to be, laid out, and so on and so forth. Hydration is number 7. So we just got done talking about this. Making sure we're staying hydrated is good. Number 8, fire safety. We're not building a fire so the people on the moon can see us here, folks. We're building a fire big enough to cook our meals and stuff like that, or warmth. Also, we may be using it, just for comfort. A lot of times, fire does make us comfortable. It gives that, that feeling, if you will. So, but make sure when we get ready to go, make sure we leave no heat. I mean, if you have to drown that fire pit, folks, constantly, and put your hand over the top of it, make sure if it's still smoldering, it's still got heat to it. But make sure we're always extinguishing our fires all the way through. Number 9, stay away from wildlife. They ain't your pets. They're out there doing their thing. You're doing your thing. Just leave them alone, folks. So the best thing to do is when you get into your area, check out your area, not just for the widowmakers up above you, but what game has been walking around the area. If you can identify a scat and that type of thing, and you know what might be in the area, you might not want to camp there. You might want to find something else to do. Another place to camp out. And the number 1 is know your limit. Set your own pace. As we spoke before here, you're not here to walk side by side with your best friend. You're here to experience the trail with your best friend. Because your friend may be faster than you or slower than you, and sometimes that puts a strain on you and the other person. Feeling bad that, I'm slowing you down, or, hey, you need to slow down so I can catch up to you. Hike your own pace, folks. Everybody is different, and knowing when to speed up and when to slow down can be a huge thing to a lot of people. So, with that being said, that's the top 10 safety. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Make sure you get on over to Super Huper Podcast, my friend April over there, and then also True North Expedition. If you guys are looking for great outings and such like that, full time, will be soon upon us, and there are a lot of great outings and such like that to get out to. So get out there to those, and then also UGQ. Remember, My Pathways 10 10% off your order. Some exclusions do apply. So get on over to UGQ and give them a shout out. But other than that, folks, you have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you on the trail. Take care. Bye.